Hey guys, Sherman here. You all know that I love my sling style backpacks or single shoulder strap backpacks. Simply for the reason that it allows me to be able to carry all of my everyday carry items from point A to point B. Whether it's from the house, walking around the neighborhood, short day hikes, from the car to work, to the grocery store, wherever. It's just the easiest method for me to transport my everyday carry items. So the up-and-coming tactical gear company Vanquest sent this pack to me to review. This is the Javelin V-slinger by Vanquest Gear. A great addition to anybody's everyday carry system. If you're like me, you have a lot of gear that you like to carry. Maybe you want a hydration bladder to carry with you so you have water on the go. A CCW carry system, which is concealed carry weapon. You can carry your firearm in here. And all of your everyday carry needs, such as your IFAK or individual first aid kit. Maybe you have a tablet you'd like to carry with you. This would be the perfect option for anybody going to work, to school, college, or like I said, just short day hikes or to the store. This pack is available in two different versions, a left shoulder carry and a right shoulder carry. And it is specified as such on their website, so it's very easy to determine which one you want. The one I'm reviewing today is the one for right shoulder carry. Now generally the formula is if you're left-handed you want the right shoulder carry, and if you're right-handed you want the left shoulder carry. Now I'm right-handed but I prefer the right shoulder carry. That's just my own personal preference. I'm really not sure why, but for me that's just what I prefer. But if you don't already know that you have a preference, I would just stick with that formula that I stated. So the whole pack is constructed out of 1000 denier Cordura brand nylon, and it does have the excellent DuPont Teflon fabric protector, which is going to make this very water resistant, dirt, grime, and abrasion resistant. So I have experience with that because it rains here in Georgia a lot, as a lot of you Georgians will understand. And I have gotten caught in the rain with this multiple times, and it has been fantastic at repelling that water. This pack does come in a few different colors. This, of course, is what they call coyote tan, and it's not exactly coyote brown, but it's also not exactly khaki. So it's kind of a cross between the two, and I like it. I think it's a very nice looking color. They also offer this in a foliage green, a black, and a multicam. Alright, so this pack measures approximately 10 inches wide, 16.5 inches long, by 6 inches deep. So it is a very good sized pack. And it also has a multiple number of pockets, as you see. This front upper pocket right here is 8 inches long by 4 inches high by 2 inches deep. And it has two bottom pockets, actually. It has this front slip pocket right here, and then it has the main admin pocket right here. But they're obviously both the same size, but I did want to bring that up. This bottom pocket is also 8 inches wide by 10 inches tall by 2 inches deep. And has a smaller side pocket right here. Has a similar design right here, but this is actually the main compartment. This is an exterior pocket, and this pocket measures approximately 4.5 inches wide by 9 inches tall by 1 inch deep. So along with that, this pack also has a water bladder / CCW pocket, and it is big enough to accommodate a 70-ounce water bladder. As you see in there, I have a Hazard 4 stick-up hook and loop holster in there for CCW. There's a few different places in here that you can carry a firearm. This is just one of the CCW pockets. And the pack actually states you can hold two 70-ounce water bladders, but I don't believe you can store them both in that one compartment. I believe you could also store one in the main compartment as well. So that gives you options to carry two water bladders if you wish. So along with that though, there is a small hole I can't show you because it's way in the back of this pocket that goes into the main compartment, and then it comes out this little flap. The little flap is where you would stick the hose out from, and the shoulder strap actually has these nice little hook and loop loops, these little nylon loops that is meant to hold the hose in place going down the shoulder strap. So I am going to address the elephant in the room here. Something that a lot of people have been saying about this pack is that it looks just like a Maxpedition Sitka. And well, yes, it does have kind of the same overall design as the Sitka. It does have a lot of key differences in some of the features, and I will go over those and kind of compare the two throughout this review. Now, unfortunately, I don't still have my Maxpedition Sitka, but there are reviews here on YouTube comparing the two, so I would recommend going to check those out also. You can find those on their website. But this pack does have, like I said, it has a lot of key differences to it, and in most ways, I think it is better than the Maxpedition Sitka. For those people thinking that this is just a cheap knockoff, someone's trying to rip off Maxpedition's design, it's not like that at all. First thing I wanted to mention is that all the zippers are YKK brand zippers, and most of them are that locking zipper design. You can put a small padlock on there, or even as like what I do, just put a small S-beaner through it. So it does have those security locking zippers all around the pack. The only zippers that do not feature this locking design are the zippers down here with the water bladder compartment. As you guys know, YKK zippers are the strongest zipper on the market, and they're also really smooth. And something else about the zipper tracks is that they are reversed zipper tracks, meaning they're internal. So what that does is that it hides the zipper track and keeps water from seeping in as easily. It also keeps dirt, dust, and all kinds of grit out of the zipper tracks and also out of your pack. Another thing you're going to notice is you do have a lot of loop material here on the front, which I love because I love putting patches on my packs. I love personalizing my stuff like that, and this has a lot of space for you to do that. So on the front here, you do have 4 rows of four individual PALS webbing. So that's 16 or 18 if you count these two up here. But 2 rows are completely covered in loop material to attach your Velcro patches to, like I said, your morale patches. This middle one right here, this is just a strip of loop material. It's not actually a row of webbing, that one in the middle, but that'd be a good place to put name tape. And along with that, you also have this big area of loop material up here, like you do have with the Maxpedition Sitka. You also have that kind of channel running behind it like you have with a lot of the other packs. You can put a flashlight. What I usually put back here are medical gloves. So you do have this kind of shock cord material right here on the front, kind of in a double X pattern. What that is it's an elastic material. It's bungee. What you can put there, see a lot of people put flashlights on here, knives, maybe a shemagh or a do-rag, something like that. You can get creative with these. Something else that's really neat though is that it does have a cord lock, but the cord lock is affixed to this nylon loop. So the cord lock doesn't actually go anywhere. What that allows you to do is it allows you to tighten up this shock cord one-handed. So you can depress the button and just pull. So it allows you to be able to put something in here and then tighten it down if you need to, and then release. Down here on the bottom, you do have kind of what they call an anti-theft strap. And what you would do with that is you would take these very nice loop zipper pulls here, and see if I can do this right now. You would put that strap through those 2 loops and then button this snap, and then obviously nobody can get into that pocket. So if you want to carry some expensive items in there, maybe you want to carry your wallet or an ID in there without anybody coming up behind you and trying to get into your pack, snoop around. This is just a good little method to try to keep people out of your pack. So I do think that is neat, but I don't really think it's necessary considering that these 2 zipper pulls are locking or these zippers are locking zippers. But it is added security, so that is nice. Something else about the zippers is, if you notice, they all have genuine 550 cord zipper pulls. Now these are unlike any zipper pulls that I've seen on any pack of this type, in that they are circular. They're circles. So that is very neat. I really like that. Like I said, I do not see that often. All the zipper pulls are that way, you can see. And in this coyote tan coloration, they give you multicam zipper pulls. Of course, you have more PALS webbing here on the side. You have another security strap right here that you could bring these front zippers right here. You can bring them up to there and do the same thing as I showed you right here. I don't really like buttoning this. What that allows you to do is it makes it so you can't open the main compartment all the way. I haven't really found that to be useful. This isn't mine to keep. If it was, I would actually probably just cut that off because I don't like how it flops all around. But that is a feature that they do offer, and I do like having it rather than not, giving you the option. So you do have PALS webbing right here. You wouldn't really put anything that big on here, such as like the the ITS trauma kit pouch on there. And you wouldn't really put anything really bulky on here because you're going to have to open this, and if you have something bulky, you're not going to be able to unzip it. Same deal over here on this side, same shape, same amount of PALS webbing. So you can put something small on here, but I wouldn't recommend going too big. You do have also one more PAL web there. At the top, you have 2 strips, maybe to attach a D-ring to maybe, or attach something to lash on there. On the side, you do have these very nice polymer D-rings to attach keys, to attach really whatever you want. They're very nice and very strong. Also, if you've noticed all around the pack, you do have these little nylon loops. You have 3 on each side, and what that's going to do is it's going to allow you to lash a lot of stuff to this pack, especially with these 2 on the bottom. You can maybe lash a piece of paracord through there, maybe hold a t-shirt, just depends. Like I said, you guys can get creative, of course, but you do have those nice options. It does have a very nice carrying handle, which is coated in neoprene, so it is very, very comfortable to hold. You also have one down here on the side, which is the one you would grab to sling this around to your front side, as you saw in the beginning of this video. And also this part that goes across your side is padded, it's very comfortable, and it also has some PALS webbing to attach different types of accessories to. The shoulder strap is very well designed. It is very thick, very well padded. I really like the design of this shoulder strap. And the shoulder strap also has a handle. It's not coated in neoprene, but it is doubled over. It's also very comfortable. And like I said, it does have these hook and loop loops that you would run the straw down. The strap itself also has a hard polymer D-ring. And all the polymer accessories to these, the buckles and these D-rings, they're all made by ITW, which is pretty much the leading brand in these polymer accessories for these packs. They're very, very durable. So you do have some webbing here to fix certain things too. And the buckle itself is a double locking buckle. You can see it has the Vanquest logo on there, very cool. So it's a double locking buckle, so it's a side release buckle, but if you just try to squeeze the sides to release it, it won't come loose. Instead, what you have to do is you have to release the sides and push down on this tab right here to allow you to unlock it. Now what that does is it gives you a little added security, so like I said, no one can come up to you and unbuckle your pack. Personally, here's another thing. Now this is just a very minor nitpick. I would prefer to be able to open or to be able to release my pack one-handed. Sometimes it's kind of inconvenient to try to squeeze this with one hand and then release that with the other. Now maybe some people are really good and can do this one-handed. You kind of can, but it's a little bit hard to do. I would honestly prefer a toggle switch on here, like with some of Hazard 4's gear, where you can decide to lock it or unlock it at will. But like I said, that is a minor nitpick, but it does have a locking buckle. Also something neat that I noticed about the underside of this flap is that it has a little secret compartment. You can store cash, maybe like I said, your ID if you're traveling or whatnot, things you don't want lost, because it's going to be up against your chest. Nobody's going to know that that's there unless they're watching this review. So, like I said, very heavily padded. You do have a nice mesh material right here to allow it to breathe, and the back has that same kind of mesh material and is very heavily padded. Something else I wanted to mention that I didn't mention earlier when I was showing you the CCW pocket is that the entire back here actually has an internal frame sheet. Now what that is, it's a hard polymer sheet that runs along the inside of this pack. Now it is sewn into it, you cannot remove it. It's sewn into the back material. But that is something I wanted to mention, is that this does have an internal frame sheet. What that does is that it makes this pack very rigid. As you can see, you can't really compress it. It just gives a lot of rigidity to this pack. And what that does is that it really distributes the weight very well when you're carrying a lot of stuff. So when you're carrying a heavy load in this pack, which you might do if you use this as a camera bag or maybe a day hike pack, and you carry a lot of stuff in here, it helps distribute the weight more evenly across your back because it's not slouching to one area. You know, sometimes if you carry it only half full, all the gear isn't going to slouch the back down. So it makes it nice and rigid for you. So that is a very nice feature that I have honestly never seen on a Slingpack. You see this design, you see the internal frame sheets on a lot of really big backpacks, but I've never seen one on a Slingpack, so that's really nice. Also, something that's nice is it does have a grommeted drainage hole for the water bladder compartment. Right here is the retention strap. So when you have this on you, you can bring it around, and you have a cross strap. So like I said, that part goes across your chest, and this part would go slightly below. It just gives you more support. Here again, if you're carrying a heavier load. And it does have that elastic material so that when it's tight against your chest, it will allow it to flex a little bit so it doesn't cut off circulation. Now the nice part about this is if you don't want it on here, you don't have to have it. You can release it with that buckle right there. Also, by the way, for your excess, you have this piece of hook and loop material you can roll up and it keeps it out of the way. I love that. So this buckle goes in this, here again, this bungee material. You can just store it in there so it doesn't flop around if you choose not to carry this the cross strap. And then the other end of the cross strap attaches to the main shoulder strap by these two button snaps. So that completely come off if you don't wish to have it on there. You do have this bungee keeper right here to roll up your excess strap material, and the strap is also doubled over and has this little loop so you can pull on it to help tighten it to your chest. Just makes it a little bit easier. Alright, so let me show you all the pockets this comes with. So I'm going to show you this front slip pocket here. Like I said, it's just a slip pocket. You can throw stuff down in there. Now, something you may have noticed as I've shown you the insides of some of the pockets is that the entire interior of this pack has this 210 denier ripstop bright fluorescent orange nylon material. And I absolutely love it. Now this fluorescent orange ripstop nylon is in the interior of all of their packs, not just their Coyote Brown. The interior is that same orange on all of them, which I think is fantastic because what that does is it gives you high visibility contrast color in low light environments. Especially if you have one of these in black, which if you're in a low light environment, you're not going to hardly be able to see anything that's deep in these pockets, especially like the admin pocket right here, which I'm going to show you. This is how it opens up. It opens up not all the way, but kind of diagonal, because this is meant to be accessed when it's slung around to your front side. So as you see, I love that, guys. I think that looks really neat, and I think that is a really, really nice feature that I've never seen on any pack like this before. So like I said, it is a ripstop nylon, and it is very water resistant. So that gives you another layer of protection from the elements. So like I said, that's just going to give you a nice contrasting color. So like I said, if you have the black version or if you're in a low light environment, it is very easy to see your stuff. Alright, so here's your admin pocket. This is where you're going to keep things like your pens. You do have 4 pen slots right here, and they're pretty wide, so you can actually put 2 pens in each slot depending on the size. Maybe a small multi-tool, but like I said, you can get creative. Right here is the perfect size for a Write in the Rain notebook. So you'd have a nice slip pocket right there, a slip pocket running behind all of those pen pouches, and it does have a key keeper with one of those swiveling ball hooks. So that's really nice. Good place to keep your keys, or like I said, a small multi-tool. You have a slip pocket right here on the flap, and then you have a vertical slip pocket running the entire length of this pocket. So that's very nice. Good. They really nailed this design. The problem I had with the Max Edition Sitka is it didn't have enough organization for smaller items, meaning it didn't have a good enough admin pocket in my opinion. On the side here, it's kind of another admin pocket. You open it up, and this is kind of what took the place of the water bottle holder on the Sitka. Some people are going to hate that about this pack. Some people aren't going to mind it. This also has a nice key keeper with this swivel ball hook. And it has 3 slip pockets right here. Each one behind the first one runs behind the next one. So you have a small slip pocket right here. This one runs the entire length down to this slip pocket. And this last one runs from here all the way down to the bottom. So that's nice. Then you have 3 more kind of pen holders. I keep my Leatherman tool in this one. And then, like I said, these 2 are the same size as the other ones in the other admin pocket. So I love the way this little pouch looks. I've never seen a pocket like that on one of these packs. This top pocket up here, this is where I keep my first aid items. Here again, it opens kind of sideways. So you have a small slip pocket right here, and on the other side, they're both the same size. Then you have these two 2x2 inch elastic straps to hold different items. I usually keep like a bottle of Neosporin spray in here, my emergency whistle and whatnot. Just a really nice pocket. Alright, so let's take a look inside the main pocket. Now, if that little strap was on there, like I was saying earlier, it would only open this far. But another thing I like is that it opens up just like the other little pocket on the opposite side. It has this little flap, but has a little pocket on that flap. So this is a really neat pocket to hold your sunglasses or prescription glasses. I actually carry my Azula in here, and it's perfect because if it were to open up from the top, you could, you know, there's a bigger chance of you opening that up and then something falling out onto the ground. So if you open this up and your item actually falls out, it's just going to fall into your pack. So I think that's kind of a smart idea. But I really like that pocket. It's really convenient. So let me open up the whole thing. And of course, as you see, the entire interior is the same fluorescent orange. All right, so here you go. It opens up very nicely. And as you see, another thing that I love about this pack is that it keeps its shape even though it is completely empty. Meaning it's rigid enough that it keeps its very square, boxy shape. So it's very easy to see down in here what you got. So it opens up, it kind of looks like a camera bag. So another cool thing about this pack though is that it comes with these 3 padded foam dividers. And they're also in the orange as you see, but they're very flexible. They're not like the ones that Hazard 4 has that are actually plastic, where they don't flex at all, which makes your bag ended up being a weird shape. These are very flexible and padded. So you can arrange these any way you want. I just arranged it in this way so you can kind of get an idea. But that is a really cool feature in my opinion. Like I said, if you're going to use this as a camera bag, as a lot of people do, perfect for that. Or if you're like me and you like to carry multiple smaller pouches inside of your pack, you can do that perfectly with this. And you have them all perfectly divided and separated. And they're not going to go anywhere, and they're also very, very nicely padded and cushioned. Alright, so here's how it's going to look if you're opening it up from your chest, if you slung this around and opened it up. You can see it does have very big strips of hook and loop, both on front and back. And what that's going to do is also gives you another option for CCW. Or if you have a lot of hook and loop accessories, like Maxpedition makes a lot of them, a lot of hook and loop pouches to go inside of here. So that's very nice for your accessories. But on this front side here, which is the front of the pack, you have 2 slip pockets with hook and loop closures. You have one slightly bigger one. So you have one kind of smaller one, then one bigger one. All right, and then this back side right here, you can see it has a dummy loop, which is actually where you'd feed the hose through to keep it in place, and then that's the exit hole, or the entry hole for the water bladder hose. And then there's that little flap I was showing you, where the hose would come up through. So you have this little strap right here, which is also elastic, to keep this closed. And then this is a big slip pocket. You can put maps in here, probably even clothing, or I think what this is actually designed for is your tablet, which I don't have a tablet, but one would fit in there very nicely, and it is very heavily padded. Another good reason to have that internal frame sheet. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the review of the Vanquest Javelin. And a big thank you over to Alex at Vanquest Gear for sending me this to review. Unfortunately, I don't get to keep it, but I do have a surprise in mind with this pack, so stay tuned for future videos on details of that. But if you, of course, want any other info on this pack, definitely visit their website. A link to their website will be in the description. They don't have that many items available just yet, but they do have a lot of great gear on their site as it is. And in a coming soon section, they are going to be developing backpacks. So I'm really excited to see what they come up with for backpacks. But like I said, definitely check out their website for this and other gear of theirs. I've been carrying this pack for about 2.5, 3 weeks now, and I'm just in love with it. Like I said, I'm going to be kind of sad to see it go, because it has been great for carrying all my gear. Basically, this is everything I wanted the Maxpedition Sitka to be. Like I said, I know I compared the two a little bit, and I'm not hating on the Maxpedition Sitka, But this took the Sitka design and the kind of the gear slinger design and greatly improved upon it, in my opinion. And not so much major ways, but just in a lot of really small ways that have added up. So, a lot of people have asked me, what would you pick, this or the Maxpedition Sitka? Honestly, I would go with this pack. They're about the same price, and this gives you a little bit more. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit beefier and stronger. So, I would honestly go with this one, for those of you who think that this is just another cheap knockoff of a Maxpedition design. So, this can be had on their website for about $135 shipped. So that's a great deal in my opinion. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. And of course, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman614, peace. I think this is a great option. Y'all know that I love my sling style backpacks, or single shoulder strap. Shingle.